Okay, take two on this video. The first one didn't have sound. If you watched that, I apologize. So hopefully you figured that out quick and turned it off, and you're on this one. So, what needs to happen this week? They have project timelines that are due Wednesday. Um, right down here, it talks a little bit about what those should be. They're worth 45 points. You tell them how you want it submitted, whether you want those printed out, you want them to share with you so you can print them, you want them attached to Google Classroom, submitted Google Classroom, however you want those. Remember, they can change those if they need to at any point. They just need to give you a new copy of it. This is more just to keep them on track, have something they need to work for, give you a little idea of where they should be on their project each week. So when you do their weekly progress grades, you're good to go. So those are due Wednesday. Remember, you need to give them their first weekly progress grade on Friday. Some other things you need to do: make sure to show them the video I made for them very first thing Monday. And then sometime in the next week or so, contact your mentors of your students and just introduce yourself. And I stuck at the bottom of this email, I stuck a sample video. You do not have to use that one. Just something like that would be great, just to let them know who you are and how to get in contact with you if you need to. So that's the majority of things. I wanted to talk a little bit about what if, two other things. What if they turned their stuff in late last week, or they haven't got it into you yet? What do you do about grades? And then about people going to different classrooms. So let's start with people going to other classrooms. Like for me, I only have 5 computers available. I don't want 15 kids trying to come down to my room and work on PBL each day, but I do want them to have access to my room for their project. So I want them to call, email, come talk to me, whatever, and schedule their time to come down. I have a calendar in my room. We will schedule them. They do not need to be there every day. We will work around them. We can have plenty of time. Nobody has a project that they need to be down in my room every day. They need to be in Coster's room every day. They need to be in Kern's room every day. We can work around it. So they need to go down and work with that. Whoever's in charge of the room they're wanting to go to, schedule the days they're going to be there, get it written down, and then have a pass from that teacher and from you to go down there. There should not be people just roaming around all over the place. I felt like last week we did have a little bit of that. Not too bad. Overall, most people had passes and things like that. But let's not just let students run wherever they want. We want them to go where they need to go for their project, but they need to be there and they need to be working. That advisor needs to know they're there, needs to know what they're there to do. So that needs to be arranged ahead of time. So just make sure that happens. I'm going to see, sorry. Last thing, grades for projects that didn't come in on time. So I'll try to show you. Yes, these are my students here. So 110, that's easy. They got everything in when they were supposed to. This first one here that has a 90, that would be because they got their competency contract in. It was all done. They didn't get their mentor agreement done. They didn't do their proposal done because they weren't paying attention. And even though I told them multiple times, they didn't do it. So I only gave them a 90. Now, if they will get their agreement in and they will get their proposal in, each one of those was worth 10 points of this 110. So I'm going to count 2 points off of each one for every day that's late. So if, let's say he gets the mentor agreement to me Tuesday, that's 1 day late. So that one's now worth 8 instead of 10. And then let's say he doesn't get the proposal to me till Wednesday, that's 2 days late. So that one's now worth 6 instead of 10. So he would get 14 more points, which would make his score 104. Okay, so make sure the kids know that. I talk about that on their video, but make sure they understand that's what's happening and work through them. Now, if it's on the competency contract, they didn't get it done, it's 10 points per competency. So they need to turn into you whatever they've got. Don't let them tell you, oh, I had them all done but one. Turn that one in, then give them the points for the ones they have done, and then 2 points off for every day that last competency or those last 2 competencies or whatever for each one every day it's late. So let's say they had 8 of the competencies done, they get 80 points, but their last one they don't get it done till Friday. That would be 4 days late. So that's 8 points off. So they only get 2 points for that if they don't get it turned in until Friday. Okay, hopefully that's making sense to you. This last one here was a kid that was in quarantine. He got back on Friday. He had his competencies done. He was going around to get them signed. I don't know if he got them signed. So I'm just leaving that as incomplete just till I see him on Tuesday. If he got that signed, I will give him his 90 points. I don't think he got his mentor agreement. He didn't turn it into me like he was supposed to. Didn't get his mentor agreement in or his project proposal. So those will be late. But I'm going to work with the kid on it. He's been in quarantine, obviously. I'm going to figure it out. I am okay with you making exceptions. You know your kids, you know where they are. Okay, just work with them on it. But the point, the spirit of what's happening is here is they cannot go too long and be too late with these. That's why we've got to get a deadline on these and get these done, or they're setting themselves up for failure on the rest of the project by not having it ready to go. So they have got to get them done. They've got to get them finished so you can get a score in here, but more importantly, so they can be ready to get to work on this project. So if you need to talk to me about somebody's grade, feel free to do that. But honestly, I trust you. You know where your kids are. Make the exceptions where you need to make the exceptions now that you've kind of heard what the spirit of the whole thing is. Hopefully you can do that. But if you are unsure, by all means, ask me. Okay? So that's where we are on that. Good luck this week. Hope everything goes well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.